guys, good morning. It's Monday morning, November the 11th. I need us to just quickly make sure we're all on the same page. So this is going to be kind of a lengthy recording, but I just need to make sure that you watch this recording and please send me an email letting me know that you watched it, okay? I just want to wrap back around. We are doing such a great job, but we want to make sure that we are staying in fidelity and that we are following the fidelity of our program and giving our students everything that they are supposed to have. Okay. So let's look at what our session should be for our 3-day intervention. On day one, you should be spending about 10 minutes in your 3-part drill, doing a VAL intensive. The only exception would be Corey. You may not do this every single time. And then, your elementary, Sarah and Dana, yours are going to flow right into your activity and your multisensory, okay? Then your dictation words and your reading and your red word review, all for your 30-minute session, okay? Day 2, your 3-part drill, your words and your sentences for your dictation, go straight into that. You may or may not have an oral reading. Red word review, new red word, and then like I said, you may or may not have your oral reading, so you may have like a phonemic awareness or something up here. Okay. Day 3, your 3-part drill is shortened a little bit. You have your VAL intensive. Syllabication, elementary, you do not have that yet unless you are in layer 2. So you could switch that out for a phonemic awareness. And then oral reading or dictation, 5 to 7 minutes, red word review. Guys, we are bombing red words. We have spent so much time on dictation, which is great. It's what our kids need, but we are bombing red words. So we're going to change things up for the next couple of weeks. This week, like I sent you guys in the email, I want you to focus on your normal intervention. So whatever lesson that you are on, I want you to continue with that, okay? However, on your 3rd day, so for me this week, that's going to be Thursday. Okay, so on Thursday, I'm going to give my progress monitoring. We are not going to spend 2 full weeks a month on progress monitoring. That is precious intervention time that we need. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to spend the 2nd week of every month on our phonics first assessments, and then the 4th week on our dibbles. And unfortunately, our dibbles do take pretty much our 3 days. And we're going to try to look on, maybe getting that a little bit shorter, but you should be giving every student that's 3rd grade and above the nonsense word fluency, the ORF, and the maze. And then students that are below 3rd grade, you should give them whatever is on their list. So like a 1st grader, they have their nonsense words, they have their letter naming fluency, and their sight words, okay? And let's look at what I want you guys to give this week. Again, I just wanted to review what our week should look like to follow the fidelity of our program. Okay, so this is going to look different the next 2 weeks. I'm going to go back and talk about what we're going to do. But for this week, let's collect our data. So I'm going to share that with you guys. So let's collect our data this week for our progress monitoring on day 3. I'm going to send you guys this blank form that you can send to students. If they don't have ink, don't want to print it, that's fine. They can just write on a blank piece of note paper or whatever. And I would prefer everybody to do this pencil and paper and email and scan. Make sure that you're getting a copy. Have learning coaches send this to you directly after class. You can try to have them hold up and do snips, but you really don't have time to do that with all of your students. And a lot of times the clarity is not very good. If they want to use a dry erase board and hold that up, sometimes you can see that better. However you want to do it, make sure you get this data from each one of these students this week. Okay, so let's start out with middle and high school. Corey, this is for you for structures. The first thing that you're going to give this week on your 3rd day, which for you should be Thursday, is the middle high school red word assessment. And this is found in structures. Okay, so this is structures. This is that mod A red word assessment. And there are 30 words. You'll just give it to them all at once. Hopefully that won't take your whole assessment. You're not using them in a sentence. You're just giving them the word. However, if there is one like for, or two that has double meanings, you can use those in a sentence. Okay, you'll just say the words 2 or 3 times, have them write them down because you also want to get through the other two on Thursday. All right, so this is the dictation words. There's only 15. Corey, this is the one that you have already given probably about 4 times. We started with it August. We gave it in September. We should have given it in October. This is our November assessment. This is dictation. We're seeing the progress on dictation. Okay, so you'll give them these words. You can use these in a sentence if needed, but again, only for the ones maybe that have multiple definitions or multiple meanings. Okay. And then Corey, this is also for you. You can give this next week on Tuesday if needed, if you run out of time. I know these 3 assessments can be lengthy, so if you need to give one next week, you can do that. But I want all 3 of these given for our progress monitoring for the end of the unit because we are getting close. I did shorten this a little bit, Corey. I know if you pull this up on BrainSpring, there's a whole lot more, and that's why there's some gaps here, and because I took off some that just went through Model 1. These are all of the ones that we have given in class and reviewed. So you are going to give the students this piece of paper, or you can just tell them, write the word, tell me what it means. Okay. So these are the ones that you're going to give. You're going to count them up and score them based on how many given and how many correct. Okay. All right, moving on to elementary. Dana and Sarah, this is for you. Okay, you are also going to give your dictation. These are the same 10 words that we've been given since August. I think I gave you guys a copy. I know my groups have seen this since the first week. Okay, you're going to give this. You're going to see how they're doing with dictation. Okay, I was in Dana's class this morning. She was doing the end of the layers. That's great. This is your dictation right here. You'll want to give this if you have not already, and you want to see their percentage out of 10. So if they got 10 out of 10, that's 100%. If they got 8 out of 10, that's 80%. Remember, Phonics First says that 80% and higher is passing. Okay, below 80 is not considered passing, 80%. So let's give this to students this Thursday. This is 10 words. Okay, we need to give them the Layer 1 Red Word Assessment Elementary. This comes out of your Layer 1 Red Word Assessment. Okay, this is going to take a little bit longer. So if you want to split 15 words on Thursday or Wednesday, whenever your day 3 is, and then give 16 through 30 next week, that's fine. But I need all of these completed by the end of next week, and I still need you guys to teach too. Okay, we don't want to spend 2 weeks on this, but I'm okay if you spend 2 classes on it. Okay, but we need this to put in our portfolio, and because Red Words right now, because we're bombing it, we need to make sure that we are looking at this data and going forward with it. So we'll kind of wrap back around that on what we're going to do the next couple of weeks with Red Words. But elementary, please give all 30 of these words to your students. Tell them to do the best they can. Again, if there's a multiple meaning like two, okay, then you can give them a definition, but I don't read every word in a sentence, okay? Dana, I think you were already given this morning. I'm not really sure. Make sure that all of the students send you a copy, and if the student didn't come to class, make sure that you give this to them another time, okay? And this is the blank. So this is all we're given this week for our progress monitoring. Okay, middle and high school, you have 3 because you are doing root words too. So you have red words, you have the dictation, the 15 dictation words, and then you just have these roots. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So you have 17. Okay, again, you tell them the root, they tell you the meaning. Elementary, you have 2. You have dictation and you have red words. Okay, no dibbles. Okay, no dibbles until the 4th week, which is going to fall the week of the 25th. And we'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, so we're going to collect this data, and then for the next 2 weeks, okay, we're right here. Okay, we're right here at the 11th progress monitoring, okay, which is going to be our Phonics First, the ones that I just showed you. And then we are going to spend the next 2 weeks on red words, okay? We will have dibbles here on the 25th. So I'll put that there so you guys can see. Here you're going to have your phonics first, PF, or structures, Corey. Progress monitoring, okay, this whole week. And then we're going to talk about red words. We're going to take this, let me show you. We're going to take this week and we're going to do red words, okay, with orthographic mapping. So let's look at what that means. Red words with orthographic mapping. All right, Sarah has a lesson plan that she has already created. I'm going to put the link in the email. I want you guys to look at it. So here is what it looks like, okay? So remember we talked about this right here. So next week, which is going to be the week of the 18th, you guys are going to focus on red words. So let's look at what that looks like. Red words with orthographic mapping. You'll have your 3-part drill, okay? You have your vowel intensive, okay? You have your dictation, but we are going to take off dictation and we are going to go right into red word review. Okay, so I'm going to take this off of her lesson plan. Now, this is just something Sarah created with lesson 132. Okay, so we are going to take it from wherever you are at and you can fill this in. Okay, day 1, day 2, day 3, you've got your 3-part reveal, 3-part drill, and then you're going to go right into red word review right here. And then orthographic mapping. So new red words / orthographic mapping. And I've got a video that Sarah made for you guys to watch on orthographic mapping. And that's what next week is going to look like. Okay, so we're going to take this off. We don't want to abandon our 3-part drill because it has helped us so much, but we do want to go back and wrap back around these red words in orthographic mapping. Okay, so this is what next week is going to look like. 3-part drill, red word review, new red word, orthographic mapping. 3-part drill, red word review, new red word, orthographic mapping. Okay, so here's your lesson plan for next week. 3-part drill, red word review of all the previous red words in layer 1 or module A, module 1, whichever one you're on. So go back and review them. Elementary, we're bringing Play-Doh. So as we pick maybe one red word, that's the new one. We're going to build it with Play-Doh. You can do it however you want. You can build it with blocks or magnetic letters so that the students can see it. You can manipulate it, move it around. We're going to follow also our Orton Gillingham strategies of building it in the sky, doing it on our bumpy board, tracing it with our finger on our bumpy board. Okay, use those strategies in your phonics first, but you're going to really hammer on reviewing red words, introducing the new red word for whatever lesson you're on, and orthographic mapping. Okay, so this is our lesson plan for next week, the week of the 18th. So I'm going to go ahead and snip it and put this in our lesson plan or our email for this week. So I am working on an email to you guys right now. So I'm going to put this in for here. Lesson plan for next week, 11/8/18. There you go. That's everybody, kindergarten through 12th grade. So I'm going to attach all of these assessments right here that we looked at, middle school, elementary, and the blank one that you can send out. Okay. And then I'm going to attach Sarah's lesson plans. Remember, it's an example of how Sarah Moss taught it. She's got her 2 Zoom links that you can watch if you're unsure of orthographic mapping. There are also several resources on BrainSpring, so make sure you check them out, okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for this week. Again, please, please, please let me know that you watched this. And if you have any questions, please reach out, okay? We want to make sure that we get all of this information back. It's so critical for the success of our program to make sure that we are following with fidelity, okay? All right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.